Thursday. It's MARKPIRES with a Real Talk Real Estate 101. That's right. This is the second segment that we'll be doing on the Real Talk program. Bottom line, we're going to be getting into all kinds of real estate questions. Anything you have, we're going to talk about in real time. I'm going to get into a few topics. And we'll be doing this daily, so anything you want me to talk about, anything you have a question about, if you want to get on the air and ask me a question, it's a call-in show as well. So, we're going to get into it. Join me every day, and then join me for the Real Talk show at night. Benjamin, how are you, my friend? Thank you for joining me on the Real Talk Real Estate 101 segment. I'm going to be doing this every day now, buddy. Just reminding people that I'm here during the day selling real estate. And also outside of that, just to give some insight on proper ways to deal in transactions, which you should be looking out for when you're hiring a real estate agent to list or sell your home. And any questions that come up, I'm going to answer. So if you have any, no matter what it is, you can say, hey, you know what, I thought of a question 6 years ago. I never had an answer to it. Let me ask Mark right now. Why not? So this is just like the Real Talk show. There's no time limit here. I'm going to come out here and just let things happen. And whenever we finish up with a chat, we'll call it a day, and I'll be back later on for Thursday night, day 669 in a row of Real Talk. Anyway, real estate market has been very interesting. If you think about this, since CV19, you had the world shuts down. The United States, we shut down, I believe it was March 23rd, my last day at my office. I haven't been really back there much since, a few times here and there, but I'm here. This is where I work. In my basement is where the Real Talk studio is. And basically my office is here. When I'm not broadcasting, I sit right here in front of this huge TV, and that's where I do my work. I look up properties. I stay in touch with my clients. I make my phone calls from right here where I broadcast on a daily basis. It's kind of an interesting world I'm living in because I used to have two different experiences. I had a real estate office where I was there doing those things, and then I'd have my studio also in the real estate office, and I could go there and kind of detach two different worlds. Now I'm living in one world. I wake up, I spend all the time I'm not on the air, and when I'm not creating a face swap before a show, I'm thinking about real estate. I'm working for my clients. I'm trying to find them that deal. So the first time I've ever seen a market like this. Let me explain how I got into this business and how we got to where we are. I just want to say hello to my friends real quick, my family over here. Daniel, how are you? Frank, Trace, Luke, Mike, Jim, Benjamin, of course, my brother who's here from the beginning. Not sure. So glad you guys are here. I'm very sure that this is what I should be doing every day for the rest of my life. First of all, connecting with you guys. But then, Real Talk is about providing light. It's about connecting. And my real estate business is the same thing. There's a lot of misinformation in real estate. You get a lot of agents who are trying to sell something that is inferior to another potential sale, same price point. And the problem is when buyers really are the decision makers, they don't know what they're interested in. You don't know what they're interested in. They're going to look at what they look at. 9 times out of 10, they choose the house I would never choose. It's just a fact. I look at it differently. I may like an older home because I'm okay with doing work. They may only want a brand new home. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why people make decisions they make. One thing I would say if you are a realtor, try not to ever get into this mindset that you know what your clients want. You have no idea. You have no idea. Send them ideas. Here, this is the range. You said you wanted 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. This is everything. Oh, I went and selected the ones that I think you're going to like. What? Send me the whole market. I want to decide what I like. I want to look through everything. I want to see what the backyard looked like. Does it have a finished basement? Well, no, these 4 didn't. But wait a second. There are others in the price point you didn't send me? Well, yeah, I thought you'd really like these. No. Someone says they want to spend $1 million, guys. You send them every single thing between $850 and $1,050, $1,060. Everything. Don't decide what they want for them. You don't know. You don't know. We're all so unique. I've had people buy homes. I don't know why they bought that home. Like, but you have this one, same price. It's like, You can't get into the mindset of somebody. What you could do is provide value by offering all options and giving them the information they need. For me, real talk means one thing when it comes to real estate. I can't believe I'm losing 85%. 85%? Are you serious? We are back, my fam. Holy cow. You guys with me, right? So here's the bottom line. It says that I'm still losing frames. Like, this is insane. How are we losing frames? Like, I don't even understand how that's possible. Hold on, let me just check what's going on with my... Daniel had this thought yesterday. Maybe my system is providing information to other... Oh, shoot. To other phones or... Let's just see what I got here. Where's my router? I can't stand this stupid phone. Like, my fingers are not that big, and I can never hit the right freaking letter. What is with that? What is with that? Let's see what we got here. They're all online. Okay, that's great. Well, what do we got for movement here? It looks like we're not doing very well. No. I think we stop now. All right, our feed is good. It just took me some time to get there. What I'm going to do, though, is... Yeah, my desktop is pushing out. Let me just shut this phone off just so I don't think I need to have the phone on. It's taking from my network. Let me shut her down. All right, so look, we should be good now, okay? We're not going to have any more issues. We're going to be sliding and gliding along the rest of this show, okay? So, I don't know. I was into something, too, when I looked down and saw 85% of my frames were being dropped. But anyway, we're back, okay? What I wanted to just talk to you guys again, this is Real Estate 101. What that means is every single day, we're going to discuss real estate here during the day, and then we do our show at night, all right? Vagrant, how are you? I'm here just to do a real estate show. This is the real estate segment, so you guys remember I'm a real estate agent. What I want to do here is every day to remind you guys that whenever you have a real estate lead, I want the first thought in your mind to be real talk. I want the first thought in your mind to be, let me email Mark. Let me shoot Mark a note. And let me just tell you what this means. You could be in a room, coffee shop with someone and say, oh yeah, I'm thinking about moving out of San Francisco, moving out to the burbs. Oh, really? Do you mind if I call? I watch the show every day. The guy's a realtor. He has a referral service. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Do you mind if I send him a note and ask him to find you an agent to interview? I'm sure you're going to interview 2 or 3 people. Do you mind if he finds a 4th for you to interview? 1 more agent for you to interview? If you don't like him, that's cool. But if you do, that's great. That agent is going to pay him a referral fee. You don't pay anything. It's free. The benefit to this is one benefit above all. Everybody who buys real estate buys a home whenever they buy a home. Like every 5, 7 years, 10 years, they're going to buy a new home. What do you know about a real estate transaction? What questions do you know to ask a realtor? You really don't know. You ask the basic questions. It's what anybody would do if they're getting involved with somebody who's a professional in a different industry than they're used to. Because I do this every day for 13 years, when I call to the outside the burbs in San Francisco, wherever this is that they're looking, I'm going to find an agent who basically is me in a different suit somewhere in the country. I'm looking for someone who's proactive, someone who's motivated and can negotiate on your behalf. Someone who, this is real talk for real estate, someone who tells you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. I think there's a lot of realtors who are kind of like, they'll go out there and say what they need to get business. I've lost some business because I'm straight up transparent, just like I am on the Real Talk show for 669 days in a row. When I go live, I'm live right now, so it is 669 in a row. But when I get in front of somebody, it's the same thing as when I'm in front of you. I only know how to speak this way. It could be pretty intense. I'm sorry. I bring an intensity to everything I do in my life. And you know what? If you're not going to stand in front of somebody and give them the attention that they deserve and tell them what they need to hear instead of what they want to hear, you may find success, but I don't know how you can live with yourself. I want to help people. Again, I'm here to affect a positive change one person at a time. If it's standing in front of someone today and I'm helping them find an apartment, a condo, a new home, helping them sell their house, that's affecting a positive change today. I'm doing it. So the idea of somebody going and telling someone what they want to hear is not affecting a positive change. That's being deceitful, and then that's getting a piece of business because you want the business. I want the business too, but I'm not going to do it despite my face. I'm not going to go out there and tell somebody what they need to, what they want to hear. They only can hear what they need to hear. And sometimes it's tough to tell someone their house is not worth what they think it's worth. Classic example. Oh, my house is amazing. It has windows and it has doors. And look, I even have gutters. Isn't it worth this much more than that one? And isn't it worth that much more because it's mine? A house is worth what a buyer is willing to pay and what a seller is willing to accept. There is no other formula. Anybody can ask what they want for a home. The question is, are you going to be reasonable in order to get a deal, in order to put something together? It's two philosophies. I don't know where this happened. It's actually my old manager brought this up, and it's a very good point. When in real estate, in time, did we get this idea that we should start here to end here? Let's start up here to end here. It's so true. It's like, let's negotiate. Let's go down. Let's start here, and then we'll get this when we finally get to it. Wait a second. Why not start here and get here? Well, how do you do that, Mark? Well, let's just use an example. You have a house worth $1 million. If you decide to put that house on for $965,000, you would have bidding wars. You're probably getting $1,015,000, probably getting $1,020,000. You put that house on at $1 million, you may get $995,000, you may get your $1 million. It's weird. But human nature comes into play. Best way I could explain this, I sold an iPad on eBay like 7 years ago. Can't be that long. I don't even know when iPads came out. It was the first iPad, and then I got the third iPad, so I sold my iPad, okay? It's on, I'm noticing they're selling for like $159. Buy it now. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, $159, and they're selling for like, okay, no, it's telling this, it's been a while since I've told this. So I see the average is like $159, but I see them selling for like $163, $167. So I put mine on at $159. Free shipping, 7 days, and 7 days later, it's still sitting there. Like, how could that be? Why are people getting more? I'm offering free shipping on mine. So I look, and I said, you know what, before I relist this thing, let me do some research. Let's pretend this is real estate for a second. Crazy, right? So I look at this, and I start seeing something. You know what the common denominator is? The people who are getting more than my 159, we're starting at 1 penny and letting a market be a market. And then you got this guy over here who doesn't want that guy over there to get that from him. No, I'm going to win. Oh, yeah? You're going to win? Well, no, I'm going to go a little bit more than that guy. Oh, yeah? Well, I'm going to go, yeah. Before you know it, they got 163, 165. It's real. Real estate works exactly the same as eBay. The more realistic you are with your price, the more offers you get. If you put a house on under market, you're going to get multiple offers. No, not every time, but in general, you will do better when you price your house to sell your house. The only time you could ever underprice your home is in an increasing market, when the price is going up exponentially and you can't put a finger on where it's stopping. Outside of that, you can never, ever underprice your home. In fact, I wish somebody would say, Mark, you know what? I'm ready to risk it. Let's put my house on for a penny. Let's put our house on for $1. And you go and market it. Let's let a market be a market. And let's see where we are at the end of this bidding war. Because, you know, you put a house on for $1, you're getting offers. I'll give you $1. All right, go pound sand. We're taking highest and best offers. Starting prices at $1. What do you got? You got $1? You gonna try to pay for $1? Okay, I'll put your offer into the mix. We're gonna put it into a big, it's gonna be into a bowl. They're gonna stick their hand in, okay? So many offers. I got $100. I'll offer $100,000. I'll offer $1.5 million for that. Before you know it, you got some real people stepping in. Human nature. Nobody's ever taken me up on that, but let's pick a crazy number. Like, okay, a house is worth $600,000. Put it on for $500,000. Knowing that you're definitely not going to say yes. Someone could come in and offer you $5,000. You could say no. You have the right to say no to an offer. Does everybody know? That's another piece of real estate 101. You have the right to say no to an offer. Someone could offer you full asking price, all cash, close tomorrow, and you could say, no, I don't feel like doing it. I put that price because I wanted to get this. You could say whatever the heck you want. You're the seller. I'd like you to be able to say that. I'd like you to be able to say no to something. I hate getting these calls. So what's going on? How's activity? Well, we're getting a lot of activity, but nobody's offering. Well, what do you think? Maybe we should throw more money at advertising. Maybe you got to get more people in. Excuse me, listen, a market is a market. If you get 30 people through and no one's offering, it's your price. It's not the people. These buyers know the market so well. You can't fool people. You know, a lot of people come from this era before internet, where you could fool people. You could say things and people would believe it. Oh, well, my house is worth because... Isn't it amazing? Well, yeah, it's nice, but I just pulled up this thing called Zillow, which is the worst tool in the world. Don't ever use Zillow. I shouldn't even use that as an example, but I want you to know how bad Zillow is. I'm sorry, Zillow. If you have a problem with it, come find me. You have no problem putting false information out there for everything else, so I think you'll have a problem finding me, to be honest. But if you are to search, please go to Realtor.com. Go to my website on BerkshireHathaway.com. You could search anywhere in the country from my website, which is markpires.berkshirehathaway. No, I don't even know. I'll put it up here later for you guys to check. But the point is, anybody have any questions about real estate they want me to get into? I'm just going through some things for you right now. But this is Real Estate 101. We're going to be doing this every single day. I'm going to share with you the pitfalls. And I'm just looking at my title. Why is there an advantage to having your own agent, Mark? Why would you want to have your own agent? Why not just go directly to the listing agent? I'm going to get a better deal. I'm a finance guy. I do deals all the time. I'm going to go and get a much better deal than Mark can get for me, or Jill can get for me, or John can get for me, because I do deals. I'm a deal maker. Are you, Donald Trump? Look, everything I do, I go out there, I'm going to do my own real estate transaction. I don't need a realtor. Really? Donald, how many transactions have you personally done in the last 5 years? Well, I've been in the Oval. Yeah, exactly. Get a freaking realtor. Okay, here's the bottom line. Real estate is tricky. It's almost like you're playing baseball against, let's say, the Yankees against the Red Sox. Now, if I want to go out there and figure out how to hit the curveball of Desecchi, whatever the heck the guy's name is, I don't even know if he's a pitcher anymore. I don't watch TV in 2 years. So like, if he wants to hit Clayton Kershaw's curveball, right? It's Dodgers versus Yankees, World Series, final at bat. And he's like, I want to figure out how to hit that curve. Let me go over to the dugout on the Dodgers side. They've been working together for years, by the way, to get ready for this game, this final game of the World Series. Let me go over there and ask him, how do I hit that curveball? The guy's going to be like, yeah, you swing at it. Oh, I do? I swing at it? Thanks. Thanks for that tip. I'm going to go out there and hit the curveball. Strike three. When you go to a listing agent, instead of calling someone like me and having me do the work for you, this is what happens. Strike three. You're going to get that deal. You may hit the ball as, oh, I tipped it. I tipped it. He gave me a great tip. I tipped it. Did you? Did you tip it? Did you get a good tip? You still struck out, okay? Bottom line, people, you cannot fool the system, and you can't go to the enemy and say, I'm going to get a better deal because I'm a deal maker. Doesn't work that way. I can get them to cut their commission because I'm a deal maker. They'll take less because I'm coming to them. That's not how it works. I signed a contract with that seller up front. That seller agrees to pay my commission, not you. So wait a second. Because you're showing up, you think that you can just manipulate the way that the transaction works and commissions? And there's a contract in place between company and seller, not me and seller. I can't go to the seller and be like, hey guys, I'm going to take less so we could do this deal. First of all, I'd never do that, okay? I'm here providing a valuable service for you, Mr. Seller, Mr. Buyer. And I'll tell you what, whatever you pay for this, it's the transaction was done correctly. You're getting the deal you should have gotten. And you're not gonna have any headaches. I mean, do you want to have headaches in a transaction? Because you can get those, but I'm here to make it as simple as possible for you. So the idea of cutting commissions, it doesn't really work that way. Maybe there's backside deals, whatever, but you can get a much better deal when you have your own agent. Let me explain why. I sold a house 5-6 years ago, and it was a 3-month listing. These people killed me. They wouldn't even let me show the house. I had to do open houses. Every Sunday, open house. That was how I had people coming through, open houses. Crazy. So I get a great offer at the beginning. Let's just call it was like 1,550 at the beginning. It's a 1.650 house, I think, or 1.6. 1,550 like day 3. You think these people would say, yes, let me do the deal. 1,550 and a 1.6? They say no. They say, no, we're going to get full asking price. It's a great part of town. So I had to say no to this 1,550. And look, people make decisions. You have to go with it, and you have to pass your messages along for them, and you represent them. You have a fiduciary duty to represent your client. I pass those messages along with smiles. Hey, look, can you do better? They're not going to take 1,550. Sorry, they walked. They bought something else. So all of a sudden, I start getting offers, and they're going, they're dropping. They're dropping because as the longer you stay on the market, the longer people think the deal is not right. There's something wrong. Let me lowball this, and you get that going on. So numbers start going down, and I noticed I got my own buyer to come along, and everybody's offering here because their agents were doing a great job. Hey, this house has been on the market for a while. It hasn't sold. We're going to start here. No, we're not going to pay you more. This is what it's worth. These agents were doing a great job for their clients. Push comes to shove long enough, these people would have accepted one of those offers, right? I mean, it's human nature, getting back to it. I got a buyer to give them the same offer we had at the very first week, which is virtually impossible in a market, because if you didn't get it the first week, or you didn't say yes to it the first week, 2 months later, you're most likely not getting an offer that high. I got these people all the way up there. Sold the house, which was great. He didn't get a better deal because he came to me. He paid what he needed to get the house. He understood these sellers are not going below this number, first of all. Secondly, the transaction was so smooth because I was able to just get these people together with 2 attorneys. You don't have 2 people fighting against each other, okay? But I got paid full commission on that because I earned it. I put the deal together. I never could understand that. Wait a second, I gave you what you want, and now you want me to take you want me to cut my, huh? Never, ever, and never will. I don't cut commission. And I know a lot of people that do. I'll tell you, that same house, this is a crazy story. The people that sold those people their home, the agent, it was a team, one of the top agents in my town, okay? When I found out he was up against me for this listing, I was like, I'm probably not getting it because they bought the house with him. I went in there with my drone. I was the first guy to buy a drone in Fairfield County. So I go with my drone everywhere. When I walk into a listing opportunity, I say, look, I'm going to fly my drone every month at your property to provide new footage. I may see some crazy sunset one day and you'll see me in the yard with my drone. I hope you don't mind. Nobody else is doing that. So I go in there with my drone. I sit it down at the table with the sellers. And I just didn't care, guys. I went in there. I was like, I don't care if I'm up against this guy. I'm going to go and I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to do me. I'm going in there. I'm telling who I am, what I do, and the services I provide. Construction value, because I built homes for 13 years before I got into real estate, and I'm the first guy with a drone in Fairfield. This is 2013. I guess this is about 7 years ago. First guy with a drone, and I'm ready to fly it. You want to go outside and see it? So we sit down. The second meeting, I sit down with them. They said, we're down to 2. I was like, what? They said, yeah, we already eliminated 1 agent. So in my mind, it's 3 agents. I figured they eliminated the lady. There was a lady, the guy they bought the house with, and me. I said, well, they eliminated the lady. I said, oh, so you got rid of, it's called Brotherhood. I said, you got rid of Brotherhood? She goes, no, what? We got rid of the guy we bought the house with. And I said, what? They said, yeah. You know how you fought us on commission? And I said, yeah. And they said, well, we didn't even have to bring that up with him. He sat down and said, I could do it for. I said, what? They said, yeah, he volunteered to cut his commission before he even started the conversation. They said, we were going to bring it up anyway. But he sat down and said it, I could do it for less. And I said, let me ask you a question. Doesn't it concern you when an agent tells you that they can and will do it for less? How are they going to treat the value of your home when it comes to a negotiation? Well, they could take less. They could take less. I'm taking less, so they could take less. Excuse me. I said, remember when I sat in front of you yesterday and I said, I don't cut my commission. Because when someone gives you a lowball offer, I'm going to fight for your top dollar. I'm not going to just tell you to take a number. The same way I'm going to fight for my commission is the same way I'm going to fight for your commission, for your home, for your value. Or do you want to hire the guy who says, I could do it for? That guy's going to come in here and push any offer on you to accept. I am going to fight to bring you every single opportunity. I'm going to open up your home to the deepest pool of qualified buyers, and we will find your buyer. But I'll tell you what, I'm not going to take less, and I'm also not going to let somebody tell you that your house is worth less than the market is going to provide. We'll get what we can get, but I will never tell you, you should take this. I've never ever said that to anybody before. You should take this. I put it in front of them, say, this is what we have. What do you want to do? I have said stuff like, look, keep in mind, we're in a very, 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 very fine window right now. Next week, if Joe Biden wins, the whole world could shift. If Donald Trump stays in, things could stay similar to the way they've been real estate-wise, but the real estate market could shift in a dime. So you have to make quick moves right now. This is a CV market. And if you're not thinking about that and you're saying, well, let me wait till after the election, right now is a very, very interesting time. You could jump in there and get something, or you could have a whole different market. You could put your house on and sell it right now, or you could be sitting there for 20 years. That's real. If we hit this depression that is very much like right on the cusp of happening. Isn't it interesting that they pushed everybody off right until the end of the year? Let's get through the elections and let's just drop the hammer on everybody and tell them you're all going to be bankrupt. The country's bankrupt. We're all going to be just like literally, it's going to be survival of the fittest before you know it. And I know everybody's out there on all these platforms talking about preparing. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Because what we're doing right now is living in a world where people just they have their blinders on. They have their blinders on, and they're about to make a decision, and 70 million people already made a decision based on false information, and a lot of them have, I think if they find out the truth one day, they're going to say, I would never have put that vote in that way. I had a conversation today, and this is going into real talk, sorry guys, but I had a conversation with someone today, and the election came up, of course, and I just schooled this person on about 15 things they had no idea about, never heard about before. And I said, I hear you saying this, that, and another thing about the current president of the United States. I said, but did you know that this happened? Did you know he did this? Did you know he did that? And the idea of calling a president racist. Okay, I'm on the air. I said, for the idea of calling somebody racist who released 4,400 prisoners when 97% of them were black. I said, geez, that's a very racist guy. So what a racist person. Why would such a racist person release 97% and when he only got 4% of the black vote? I don't understand that. It doesn't, to me, that must be just racism, straight racism. So the narrative doesn't make sense. The idea that the current president would put $250 billion into inner cities in order to make inner city opportunity centers. I got my daughter and my wife telling me that the dog needs to go out. I'm on the air over here. Can you tell somebody else to walk the dog? I walked this dog 15 times today, people. Are you kidding me? He's like the craziest dog in the world. It's raining. It's raining out. Oh, guys, it's raining out and the dog wants to go for a walk. You hear him? You guys mind if I throw a clip on for you real quick? And then I'll come back and we'll keep going with some real estate 101. Send me some questions here. I'm going to pull up my phone right here and I'll try to answer something while I play you a clip here. Let me see what I can put on the air. I'm going to go all the way back for you and play you something here that I think, I know. It's like, Mac's got to go outside. Yeah, I know all about it. I'm trying to make it happen over here. I think if I have Hammerlin's latest, let me see if it ever uploaded. If it did, then we'll put Hammer on. Did we get Hammer? It looks like it didn't download. That's too bad. All right, I'm going to have to put something on here for you. Let me just throw on, I didn't want to put on a Trump show, but I have no choice because I have to bring Max out for a walk. I'm sorry about that. But let me at least put one on that's funny. Here's episode 22, which is me doing about 15 voices. I'll be back in a minute. Oh my goodness.
It's Hammerlin Jameson with episode 22 of the Donald Trump Show. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald J. Trump.
Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me to speak at the 600th episode of the MARKPIRES Real Talk Show. It's been quite a journey. I have to say, he's done a lot of face swaps. He's done a lot of different shows about the Trumper. But on top of that, he's got some episodes of the Trump Show that are pretty good. Making fun of Poison, Sleeps Over Joe. We're calling him Joey Futon now as well. is a futon. You can get futons or sleep sofas when you stop by Sleep Sofa Joe's warehouse. Comes in 7 fabrics and sizes. The Senator, it's a lumpy mess. Just like the sleep sofa, really. Look, I've got a few people that want to say happy 600th day to Mark, so let's get into it and see who we got. Number 2, it's been 600 days, and he's still alive.
No matter what we try, Dr. Evil, he keeps broadcasting.
But Dr. Evil, he did not follow our projections.
Silence. Enough of this insolence. Everybody gather around. Look, I've got a plan. If we can just... Wait, no, hold on. Where are you taking me? Wait, let me go back because I'm trying to share my plan with them. Okay, let's send in the murder hornets.
Are you kidding me? Dr. Evil called? Look, I'm kind of pissed at Dr. Evil right now. Pocket dialed me last time, and I think he's working with Fauci and Bill Gates. That's right, Evil Gates. Anyway, that's another story. What else we got? Yeah, I got one for you. It's Mark Pyre's 600th day in a row. And I called Artie to see if he wants to say anything. Hey, Artie.
Yeah, I'll say hi. 600 days. That's freaking crazy. Congratulations.
You know, I don't know about you, but I miss that tag team duo. Seriously, Norm Macdonald and Artie Lang? That's a match made in heaven. I'm wondering if God had that plan. Look, if we put these two together, they're going to make magic happen. Anyway, what else we have?
Hi, Mark. It's Mark Zuckerberg. Look, congratulations on 600 shows, but I'm going to continue to block your show because I don't like your content. Maybe if you didn't talk about Donald Trump, I wouldn't suppress your program, but I zuck.
So wait, let me get this straight. So you censor the Real Talk program, and then you're going to call and say congratulations? Oh, congratulations, Mark, for broadcasting and me blocking you every single time. You're doing great at getting it nowhere. Anyway, what else we got?
My name is Chuck Schumer. I'm here to talk about Sleep Sofa Joe and Mark Pyres, 600 days in a row. It's pretty impressive if it was not Mark Pyres. If it was a Joe Biden or a Democrat, I would really think it's great.
I gotta tell you, I almost hate this guy as much as Pelosi. All right, who's next?
I just wanted to wish Mark Pyres a happy 600 days. That's a lot of days in a row. And we've been working on the coronavirus vaccine for like 20 years now. So I know what he's going through. But it's quite an effort. And I'm hoping that he can get people to take our vaccine.
Look, we all know you're trying to vaccinate the world, Bill. And I just want to strap you down and give you the first dose.
Well, hi, Mark. It's Sleep Sofa Joe Biden. I know you've been calling me Joey Futon, but look, I plan on beating Donald Trump in November. The fact is I got an earpiece in. They're telling me everything to say. And if I don't say it right, I got the teleprompter as a backup. My Aunt Judy told me I could be a heck of a president, Mark. So I'm counting on you for your vote. Gotta beat Donald Trump, and we need the Real Talk show.
Normally I'd be like, that's cool, but it sleeps over Joe, and I'm actually kind of surprised he didn't fall asleep, Mark, during his little speech there. But there's still time between now and November for Sleep Sofa Joe to fall asleep on his futon. That's right, Joey Futon. What do we got next?
Hey, Mark, it's Al Pacino. Just want to wish you happy 600.
Not many people cooler than Al Pacino. You know, I'd love to get a cappuccino with Al Pacino. Maybe a Dunkachino with Al Pacino. I don't know.
My name is Andrew Cuomo. I've been here doing this Real Talk program a few times now. It's 600 days. You know, I was on here last at 500 days. I said this guy's going to go over. There's no way he's not doing under 1,000.
okay? But look, COVID's serious. If you need some PPE, you can send them to New York, and I'll put them in the nursing homes. Look, I gotta go, but happy 600, Mark. Freaking Cuomo, right? Unbelievable. How's your Cuomo doing? Andrew, I'm pretty sure Mark does not want to hear from Cuomo. But you have a really nice Cuomo, much better than mine. Guys, what's up? Gary V. Look, 600 days in a row, MARKPIRES, Real Talk. I can't believe it. This guy's on fire. He's going to go all the way to maybe 15,000 days. And look, I just got to tell you, nobody else has got that. Nobody else is doing it. So crushing it. 600 days, crushing it. I think this guy's going to go until the sun burns out. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. Those are some kind words for the Real Talk show from Gary V. Gary Vaynerchuk, I'm not sure. If you don't know Gary V, then you must not be on social media. He's a good guy. He's rising up. Anyway, 600 days in a row is a big deal, and Gary V believes it. What else we got? Anything else here?
Mark, I just heard the news. 600 days in a row. I can't believe it. Last time we talked, it was 500 days, and you just go. You like the Energizer Bunny. Oh, no. I did. I told you back then at 500, put your head down. Just go, man. No one can stop the bright light within. 600 is nothing. Look, Mark, go until the stars burn out.
We actually found somebody cooler than Al Pacino. Christopher Walken's the man. Do you ever see him in Dead Zone? He touches things, and he can see the future. I wish Trump could do that for November. Find out who's going to win. Me or Sleep Sofa Joe. Look, remember, you can sleep on the sleep sofa all you want. You also may find some change in the cushions in the sleep sofa if you're looking around for some spare change. That's all Sleep Sofa Joe has is kind of like loose memories. And also he takes naps on his Joey futon. That's right. I'll see you guys on the next Donald Trump show, but 600 days of Real Talk. Looking forward to hitting 700, 800, all the way to 1,000. And then we go and put our foot on the gas. That's right, people. We're just getting started. It's going to take time, people, but we're going to win big league. Have a good night.
Oh, my goodness. What's up, everybody? So the dog is going nuts upstairs. I may have to put on one more here. I don't know. We'll see. But I do want to say hello to everybody. I want to say hi to Jim. I want to say hi to Mike, Luke, Trace, Frank again. Let me see who else I missed over here. Tam Tam, how you doing? And Lady Jan in the house. And let me see who else I saw. A bunch of people coming on here. MJ's here with us. And Wendy Pooh Bear came in just for a moment. She's got no power still, so she's charging it up in the car. Vagrant. Awesome seeing you. And then I got down here to see D. D's with us, and George is with us. And who else is with us? Daniel, thank you so much for keeping everybody in the loop while I was gone. And Kay, so glad to have you over here. I think this may be your first time on the show. He said stepping stone to cornerstone, cornerstone to milestone, milestone to gemstone, gemstone to the eternal headstone. It's all built in stone. No big bad wolf can blow it down. I love that. That's a really great, I like that. I like that a lot. And then we saw Act came in, and Justice is here. Rick Smith, how are you, buddy? And Eggman, thank you. You want me to play some songs? You know, I'm here to do some real estate real talk. Tonight, I'll be back to rock and roll for you, and we'll be here to get into a lot of face swaps and to just have a crazy night of real talk like we've been doing for 669 days. But I am trying to come on here during the day each day to remind everybody on the Real Talk family and the family that I'm a realtor. Keep me in mind. All you have to do to help is very simple. Whenever you hear anything that's real estate related at all, just shoot me a note. Hey, my friend wants to sell their home, or I have a friend who needs a buyer. He's going to start interviewing agents. Let me just find an agent for them to interview. It's free. It's a free service. I would love to do the work because I'm doing work right now and not getting paid. That way, if somebody does help your friend sell or buy, that agent pays me a referral fee, and it would be unbelievable to start taking advantage of referrals the way some agents do. And to use our platform to do that would allow me to join you more often. And I could come here and spend more time doing face swaps and playing guitar. But I do have to somehow, during the day, keep people at least remembering that what I do to make money is sell real estate. And I do it at a high level because anything I do in my life, I'm going to put everything into. And when I notice that there's a difference, when I notice that things are changing, and it's mostly because of CV, but also it has a lot to do with the fact that I decided to stop being so neutral. And at day 400, when I heard the State of the Union address and I saw every Democrat in the room go like this, it just pissed me off. It just pissed me off to no end. I couldn't stand seeing the people who go and pander for votes every 2 years sit there like this when they hear the people that they pander to finally are doing well. If those people got up and they were applauding the fact that 7 million people came off of food stamps, lowest unemployment in history, if they got up and applauded that, you never would have heard me do Donald Trump impression. You never would have seen the Donald Trump show. So in a way, again, it's actually a good thing that these jerks, these Democrat jerks who were sitting there that don't appreciate the American people, because if they did, they wouldn't have been sitting there like this when they heard 7 million of them no longer needed to be on food stamps. That's disgusting to me. That they sat there like this when you hear those. When you hear those words right now, 7 million people, you had 10 million, went down to 3 million. I mean, 7 million off of food stamps. Is your reaction this? That pissed me off. And that led us to real talk, to going straight full force, Donald Trump show, Joe Biden show. And again, I always say, like, if I had done a Joe Biden show where the whole idea was to rip the heck out of the president of the United States of America because the fake news and everything else is on the side of that, we would have 1 million subscribers and we would have every single person here watching on a daily basis. But it's because what I'm doing is the antithesis of the agenda of the world right now. This isn't just US. The entire world wants divide and conquer. They want to put it all back together into one thing because when AI takes over, we have too many bodies for the amount of jobs that actually exist. This is what CV is really about. Like, oh, we need 1 billion real estate agents. We need 1 billion of this, need 1 million of that. No. We're talking about hundreds of thousands to do all of the work in each area. I mean, it's not going to be what we have. We have taken over this planet with bodies. And right now, the goal of this effort, this plandemic, the goal is to cull. It's to take as many of us and get rid of us. They don't need us. They don't need us going forward. Let's just kind of pretend let's just make it about this. No, we've got to get rid of this. Why do you think they shifted the sick people into nursing homes? It wasn't just Cuomo over. It was Ireland. It was Greece. Why the hell were the other countries doing that? Well, that's interesting. This is just one man's perspective. Do I know what's what? No, because I don't watch. I just lead off my intuition, and my intuition says that's the game right there. The game is so much confusion that the people have nowhere to turn but to the government, which is run by Sleepy, and then all of a sudden we're communists. Then they run everything. We don't own our own homes anymore. We give up control because we've gotten into so much debt because of this plandemic where we can't go out there and make a real living. I've heard some crazy stories. They're going to make you sign something that says, look, you no longer own anything, but you also no longer have any debts. Like, you're good. You get to stay in your home. Oh, really? Thanks for the communism. Thanks for ushering in communism. This is why it's detrimental that Joe Biden wins to their plan. Because they're one step away from communism. All they need to do is get us to break, which is no Trump, and a guy who wants China to be helped. We got to be helping China. Then when you get that guy in office and he wants to help communism, I'm still blown away that this conversation I had with this guy today. He goes, yeah, I just can't vote for Trump. I'm like, but how could you vote for a guy who's been in for 47 years and has done nothing but hurt this country? And then he literally is now indebted to Ukraine, Russia, and China. Oh, no, it was hacked information. It's freaking real, though. If you hack something that's real because you had to hack it to get it, does that make the information any less completely despicable? Oh, well, it was hacked. It's no longer anything we're concerned about. Wait a second. You're forgetting about the most important thing, that the acts took place. Not that somebody got the information eventually. They got caught. No, it's how they got caught. Because they got caught that way, we can't even consider it. It's not something that we're worried about. We're not concerned about. What, $1.5 billion to a crackhead? $183,000 a year of a month to a crackhead? $3.5 million from a mayor's wife in Russia? Senate documents. This is bank records. Crackhead? All right, we're getting rid of the dog, apparently. Luke says that he's finally getting the notification YouTube is ripping me off. Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you what. I had to get just into a little bit about this here, but it's just crazy that we're living in this world right now. Let me put something on here because apparently this dog is going crazy to the point where my wife said, we got to get rid of this dog. That's not a good thing. I don't know what he did, but he's definitely been a little wild. Crazy dog. Crazy dog is all I know. To keep with the same spirit of multiple impressions, let me bring you something else that I did a little while back while I go up and take care of this situation, which is, if I could find it, I don't even know where the heck I put this thing. Where are my face swaps? That's weird. Is it over here? Yeah, it's right here. All right. And there's nothing in that. Okay, that's interesting. Where did I put it then? No, it's not there. Huh. All right. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Let me play day 500 in a row, which is 100 days before the one you just saw, and you get an idea of what I created there. Wait a second. I can't find it right now. I don't know where the heck I put it. I have to play you something else while I look for this because I don't have the time to find it. Let's put on the Justin Trudeau bit calling in Donald Trump. How about that? Here we go. I'll be right back.
It's Hammerlin Jameson live from the studio. We head to a phone call between Justin Trudeau and Donald J. Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Trudeau. My fellow Canadians, we are at a crucial point in a time with COVID-19. I will be taking a phone call with our neighbor to the south, Donald Trump, who believes that he can help us in our battle. And unfortunately, he has contracted COVID-19. So our hearts are out to him and all of those living in the United States. We, as Canadians, are completely in unison with our support to our neighbors from the south. So let's see what that phone call is about. Justin, it's Donald J. Trump. How are you?
Mr. President, it's a pleasure to speak with you again.
I hear you had a spike up in Canada, and we're very much concerned about you.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. We appreciate your concerns towards us, your neighbors to the north. How are you doing with the coronavirus?
Oh, no, I'm doing fine. Coronavirus. Nobody in America realizes that I'm the son of Jor-El.
Wait, you mean Superman's son?
That's right. My father came here from Krypton.
Mr. President, they're saying certain things about you, and I'm a little concerned hearing your descriptive nature on this phone call.
Gave birth to me, then I came, and I was living in a field for like 4 days until my uncle and my aunt came and found me.
Mr. President, that's the actual script to Superman.
I was asleep underneath like an old milk truck or something. And when they found me, they were like, oh, look, there's a baby underneath the milk truck. Go and get him under the milk truck. And I said, no, I'm okay. I spoke perfect English at like age 0. Put my finger on the truck, pushed it aside, got up. I said, look, my name is Trump. You could call me Super Trump if you want, but really, my name is Kal-El.
Donald, I think you may need some help.
Look, you have to understand that I was made on a different planet. So I'm able to take on coronavirus without any sort of backlash, really. I'm pretty sure you were born here, right, Justin, in Canada?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not going to do you any good. Look, Justin, I just wanted you to know that we've got your back. All you gotta do is reach out, let the Trumper know, and I'll send you any supplies you need. You need any ventilators? You need any PPE?
I'll check with the health ministry to see if we need anything.
Look, just don't ask Andrew Cuomo for anything, because he's going to, kill people in a nursing home. And look, I'm going to see. Let's get him on the line real quick. Hey, Cuomo, how do you think we should handle Canada?
Hey, Donald, how you doing? I got your question sent over to me by my assistant. I would probably consider sending some of those people to the nursing homes. I mean, look, it didn't work for us, okay? But if they put them out there, there's like a 50-50 chance that maybe they'll get some right, some of them will die.
Cuomo, we're not going to do that. See, I told you, Justin, it's just a waste of time. Look, this has been really a great conversation, Justin. But I do have to get going. I'm going to see Melania on Saturday Night Live. We're going to watch The Real Talk Show.
The Real Talk Show?
I'm not really sure if you watch The Real Talk Show, but you should tune in.
I'll have to check out what that's about.
Yeah, stop by. Melania and I will be in the chat all night. Anyway, appreciate you, Justin.
Mr. President, stay well and stay safe.
You too, Justin. Have a great night.
Goodness, how long have you been waiting? Holy cow. How long has that been? Seriously. I'm still looking. It's been a while because I'm still looking at a dead screen there. Holy cow. I appreciate you guys not leaving. I bet you're probably like, I wonder how long until he there he is. Holy cow. 20 seconds act. You're the best, buddy. Thank you, by the way, for... I think you mentioned me on TikTok. Guys, I'm on all platforms. I'm censored on every freaking platform. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. But there's some good stuff on all platforms and nobody gets to see it. I think when I put stuff on Instagram, if I'm lucky, I'll get 130 views. I got about 2,000 friends. So that's really how many people see it on Instagram. Facebook, I get like 12. Nobody sees anything because I'm so totally shadow banned by Zuckerchooch. But, like I said, if my Trump impressions are like, look, I'm a moron. I took a poop on myself. Look, Melania, look at this. It's me pooping on myself. They'd be like, let's give him 1 million subs tomorrow. Let's get him out there with that Trump impression, making fun of himself. Self-deprecating Trump. I love him. Look, ladies and gentlemen, it's the greatest economy in history, so I tanked it by bringing a coronavirus here from China. I called China. I called him. I was like, look, things are going so well. I really don't like it because I'm a winner, and I'd rather be a loser like the guy they want to bring in, the sleeper. So could you send me something that just destroys our world as we know it, so we have something called the new normal? Yeah, that's right. It's crap in a bucket. That's what's going on. YouTube is the hardest act, says. I think YouTube is pretty bad. I was at 295 for 608 days. So yeah, I think you're right. YouTube is ridiculous. But the same thing. If I was pushing a different message, if I wasn't promoting peace, if I was out here talking crap, and I was out here going after the right or something like that, there would be a whole boost behind this program from YouTube, from the left, because at the end of the day, what we're doing here is connecting in some way. If I decide to go into negative to connect with people, they would be all for what we're doing here. But because I'm trying to influence you guys to be good and to care about each other and to be kind and to help each other up when you fall, they don't like that message. They don't like the message that we could be one, that we actually could connect. And it wouldn't take much. It would take undressing all of the other things that they've thrown on us and getting back to the core, which is what we are. Light, love, energy, positivity. Yeah, there's some other energies involved, but we're built on positivity. Why do you think a child smiles all the time? They know nothing about the life that you live. They know nothing about the life they're going to have to live. They smile at the opportunity to breathe and to be. If we can get back to that, but they'll never let us if they have the control. This is why when I was a kid and I heard things like grassroots, I was like, what the hell does that mean? Well, you guys are going to show me what it means. Because we will absolutely sit here at 2.51K forever. Unless you guys continue to tell people. This show will never get boosted from the algorithm. I can guarantee you. I'm on a list. Not on a list of, oh, this guy, we need to rip him down tomorrow because he's saying really inflammatory stuff. But a guy who's extremely inflammatory because his message is completely the antithesis of our message. So we have to keep him on guard. Just don't let anybody see it. Let him think people are seeing it. He doesn't post that much, does he? No, 3 times a day, and he goes live every day for 669 days. Well, maybe he'll quit. Maybe he'll quit if we just don't let him get anywhere. That's my favorite thing. I'm like, everybody thinks if my mission was to have 1 million subs, I would have quit. I would have quit 300 days ago. My mission has never been about subs. My mission's never been about how many new subs I have. My mission's been to reach the entire planet now or in the future. If I can't reach them now, the messages will be left now during my lifespan, and beyond. All of those messages will reach somebody. They'll have the impact. I knew they would. I just didn't know if it would ever be that you would get to actually see the guy while he was alive. Honestly, it's crazy I'm saying that, but when you're alive for 608 days in a row to 295 people for 2 to 4 hours a day, you start thinking stuff like, well, I may just be leaving messages every day for the rest of my life for a future generation to find. And I was at peace with that. This is the thing. Google, YouTube, is Google, I guess. Facebook, Zuckerchooch, Twitter, they don't understand someone like me. Because they think it's about what everybody else is about. For me, it's about seeing more smiling. It's about seeing more people connecting and coming together. Less divide. Start using terms like, we are one. Instead of, you're this color and I'm that color. Let's divide into all these different groups. And that religion's here, that religion's there, that religion's there, that religion's there. No, I'm sorry. This is real talk. There's one main religion to life. It's called the human race coming together and loving and giving light to each other. I don't care about the other garbage that was made up by man and thrown into the book so we would stay in line. We've been doing it. 2,000 plus years we've been staying in line. Following a book that someone wrote 78 years after the death of Christ. And then they're reading a book who the gentleman who is the prophet behind the book spent his entire life on the streets and people thought he was a kook as he walked by and he preached to people. And now that's the example of almost where I saw myself in a way, like my whole life just leaving messages. And then somewhere along the line, someone finds them. Must have been different back in 1200 AD or whatever it was. People that are persecuted in life are the ones who are trying to make positive change. It's a weird thing. I don't know why, but it's what happens. It's what I expect. And all I can ask is the people who do know me, the people who are here with me and understand what we're doing here, is trying to affect real change. And that's it. There's no ulterior motives besides showing up here every day. And the only ulterior motive is to be able to do it more, is to be able to make this my career, is to be here every day for the rest of my life and talk to you guys and bring you the information you need to hear. And it may not be just about real talk. It may not be with a guitar in my hand. It may not be celebrity impressions. It may be going through news stories. I don't know what it is yet, guys. It's everything. And with that in mind, I do have some news stories for you. Now, this is a Hammerlin segment, but I don't have Hammerlin set up. Oh, Hammerlin! Don't have Hammerlin set up, so what I'm going to do is just read the stories for you, as me, because these are real estate stories anyway. And last time I did this, Hammer took over. He has a tendency of doing this. And it went from real estate to straight up real talk. So I'm going to share some stories that I came across, real estate related. All right, that doesn't look right, of course. Let's see what we got here. It's hard to read this. I'll move my head to it. Connecticut area becomes one of the hottest real estate markets in the country during pandemic. So it looks weird. Let me just read the story for you. Of course, I closed Chrome because we were having issues with our signal earlier. Let me just open this back up. All right. Come on, Dudio. Can you just open up what we just had open? How about that? Of course. Let me just do it this way. You know, it's a weird thing. It's a really weird thing. Like, anytime I ever open up this Chrome thing in order to just get to my pages, everything's there. Oh, found it. Never mind. I was going to say, it's always like when you need to do something, it doesn't work. Connecticut area becomes one of the hottest real estate markets in the country during the pandemic. Days after a real estate firms in Hartford cited that among the hottest markets in the country for September was Connecticut. Governor Ned Lamont made a stop in Newtown on Friday to highlight statewide gains while pledging to do what he could to help municipalities limit property tax increases that are important to criterion in home buyers choosing Connecticut over New York. That is true. We do have a benefit over New York when it comes to taxes. Taxes are very high in New York. I guess I have to subscribe to read the rest of it. Well, guess what? I'm closing you out. That's what happens when you're rude like that. I can't read the story about this Connecticut where I live. Just let me read the story, dude. All right, so next story we have is, what's this background being like? I don't even understand what this is. It's weird. No background? I mean, what the heck is the no background thing? What color is white? Anybody know? I'm going to call it 1111. Let's see what 1111 is. Doing this all in real time, I guess. Usually it's like a white background anyway. Anyway, let's see what this does. Oh, black background, whatever, that works. All right. Real estate app Casablanca asks users to swipe right to pick a home. Well, let's see what that's about. Very interesting story. Swipe right sounds like a dating app. Dope. It's a real estate app, but you could also probably date the person who's listing the property because their information is on the screen. Casablanca borrows the swiping user interface found on dating apps and applies it to finding a new home. I just made it up, and that's exactly what it is. You may have done this to find a date. Now, a new app is asking users to swipe right to choose their next home. The app, called Casablanca, has a swipe interface in the style of dating apps to find and buy real estate in New York. Oh, it's a New York app. Users list preferences, whether they want to buy or rent. If they're looking for a place that allows pets, then swipe right if they like what they see, or left if they don't. The company is also hoping to stand out in the scrum of buyers by offering up to 1% cash back at closing. How the hell are they going to do that? So are they a real estate firm? I guess. Displaying the cash rebate on each property's listings. Part of... Where are you? Where are you, dude? Part of the experience of the app is every single apartment you're looking at, we tell you how much you get back. That's what Hannah Baums, chief executive officer and co-founder of Hesk Company, which operates Casablanca. But Casablanca is far from alone in promising to make house hunters easier through technology, particularly with streamlined user experiences and notes borrowed from social media. HomeSnap Inc.'s app and website have adopted the stories format popularized by Snapchat, for example, and companies like Zillow Group, which I told you the worst on the planet, and Realtor.com, which is definitely better run, which is operated by Move Inc. They offer 3D virtual home tours. Move Inc. is part of News Corp, which also owns the Wall Street Journal, which is what we're reading here. Bunch of lefties. Anyway, check it out, people. Nor are cash incentives unique in the digital real estate market. Preview a digital home buying platform, offers up to 2% cash back to buyers. How the hell are they doing that? Like, how do they do that? I don't even understand how you could offer money back to people. Like, how are you involved in the transaction? All you do is showing the home to them, and then they have to buy the home. How are you offering them money? I don't even understand that. Someone has to explain. I have to look into this for you, and tomorrow I'll tell you about it on Real Estate 101. That's our new show here, guys, during the day. Real Talk, Real Estate 101. Mark Pires, Real Talk, Real Estate 101. We're going to get onto it, okay? We're going to go through any questions you may have. I'm going back to questions in a second, so send them on the screen. I'm going back to find them. Here we go. Real estate is a prominent concern during the pandemic. With many still working from home and looking for more space, sales of previously owned homes increased by 20.9% in September. That's huge. Housing demand has been uneven. In Manhattan, suffering a 42% drop in contract signings from a year ago. Wow. But Brooklyn seeing a 21% jump compared to last year. People want out of the city and into Brooklyn. Casablanca borrows a swipe of yours feature, brought to you in Vogue by Tinder, a dating app once owned by Match Group. The swipe has spread to a plethora of apps to help find news, pets, shops, jobs, and more. But it is no guarantee of an app's success. Real estate apps such as Skylight and Doorsteps have also tried the swipe. Each was eventually acquired and no longer operates. Skylight abandoned the swiping feature because the company wanted to expand beyond mobile, and the experience no longer aligned with the company's pivot to a marketplace model. That's what Michael Levitsky said. And look, he's the founder and former chief executive of the company, so he knows. He's not making it up or anything. Anyway, how interesting is this, guys? Not very, I'm sorry. This is what we're doing, is a little bit of Real Estate 101, okay? And we don't know what it's going to be about every single time. What else? What do we got next? Okay, this one's at least the right color, and it's not. It's still got a weird background. Don't know what the heck's going on with that over there. Let's try another color. How about 9? We're going 9s on this one, guys. I'm doing a 9er. 9er. 9 and a 9er. Let's see what that background is with a 9er. White! Oh, no, black. Never mind. Struggling rental market could usher in the next American housing crisis. That's what I was just talking about. The inner cities are being slammed by the exodus. Nobody wants to be in the city anymore. Let's be honest. Who the hell wants to be around people in COVID market, huh? A housing crisis centered on the vast... Let's do this one as Chris Wallace. A housing crisis centered on the vast apartment of home rental markets is emerging in the U.S., threatening to send millions of renters into eviction and leave landlords short of billions of dollars. A large number of renters have been unable to pay some or even all of their rent since March, when the pandemic temporarily shut down most businesses. President Trump, many businesses remained closed or partially open, pushing renters into unemployment and draining their savings. How would you fix this issue on a second term? Oh, sorry, that's not in there. Federal and local eviction moratoriums have protected many of them from losing their homes if they missed payments during the pandemic. But the national eviction ban and some state and city protections are set to expire by January or sooner. That's what I'm telling you. Renters will be then on the hook for months of missed payments, which even those who have jobs could struggle to pay. This is what I'm talking about. You can't go and tell everybody, hey, well, we let you sit and have a forbearance for 6 months, for 9 months, whatever it is, until the year started, till we got past the election, and now you need to pass the entire bill right at the top, or else we're kicking you out of your house. I don't know what's going to go down here. It's going to be a scary world coming forward. So like I said, make your real estate moves now. These next 2 months are crucial. Call me. I will help you. Send me a message, mark@markpiresrealtalk.com. I will give you the information you need in order to freaking make this move before it all turns to crap. It seems like it may happen. I don't know. Are you seriously? Estimates of total outstanding rent debt vary widely, but the measure of fallout, missed rent payments, etc., blah, 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 something like $7.2 billion before the close of 2020. Are you serious? Wow. An economic research firm calculated that 12.8 million Americans would owe an average of $5,400 from missed payments. Guys, that's no small figure. This is a huge amount of money that's sitting there that no one's been able to pay because they're sitting there not able to work because the government shut down because of false numbers that we were told from the beginning What I don't like is this. When they tell us, look, best case scenario, if you do everything right, you're going to lose 200,000 lives. Worst case scenario, if you do everything wrong, you're going to lose 2.5 million lives. Well, we lost a little over 200,000, and apparently the president did everything wrong. Well, no, they said everything right was 200,000. We're right around everything right. We're a little over everything right now. And that was with race war and people rioting in the streets for the last 5 months. That was not intended in the March press conference of everything right gets you 200,000 lives. They did not know George Floyd would take place and the media would decide to turn it into a three-ring circus for something the entire world thought was despicable. Yeah, still. If it wasn't an election year, none of it would have happened, though. We all know that. They would have just been like another horrible example of police brutality. This guy knew him. It wasn't like there's just some sort of race thing. This guy knew him. One of the police officers was black. Oh, it's a race war. He was racist. What? The police officer is black standing right there. It wasn't about race. It's a freaking fentanyl guy going nuts. I saw the body cam footage. Never should have happened the way it went down. But it wasn't a race thing. It was police brutality. It was police brutality. Straight up. And that's a problem. And there are a lot of racist people in this country. That's a problem too. But it's not what we made this whole thing about. It's not what we made the whole thing about. They made the whole thing about what they needed to in order to keep this agenda going. Because their guy is the one who came out there and said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Yeah, that's their guy. And they had to create this narrative. And then all of a sudden it's the right-wing white supremacists. I haven't seen any. Where the hell are they? Apparently that's Antifa. The people out there saying, I'm Antifa. I'm straight up Antifa and down with Trump. Those people are lying. They're really for Trump, apparently. They're white supremacists. Well, at least that's what the left tells us. And the crazy thing is, people are believing it.
It's Hammerlin.
People are believing it. I don't know what to tell you about that, guys. This is why this show exists, is to shine the light on the real truth. I can't stand all the lies anymore. I just want to break through it with a hammer. With a Hammerlin! Holy cow, old Hammerlin. He's not joking, guys. He'll come out here and drop a bomb. All right, what's this right here? Final story, and this one's in white. Oh, no, it's not. What happened there? What happened to you? You were there. I thought you're gone now. Why'd you leave us? You had the white background and everything. And I see Joyce here. So this is a story I wanted to read to you. And then, of course, this one's got a weird background. Why does this keep doing this? I'm taking away this hidden word. What's hidden? Why is it hidden? Let's see. Let's see what happens when I do that. It may just totally mess everything up. Nope, still did it. Why does it go from white to hidden? Like, what's going on with that over there? You know, let's try something here. I'm going to take all this out, and I'm just going to save it. Guys, this is what we have to do next time. Just do it right. U.S. home prices rise at fastest pace in 2 years. Look, this one is a good story because it discusses this whole Cove market. I call it the Cove market because I can't say the full words. These people all stink. They'll pull us off the air. Joyce Leonard, she did a great job. 40 years of experience. Wow. I'm 42. She's been doing it since I was 2. S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller 2070 price index posted a 5.2 year-over-year gain in August, up from the revised 4.1%. I don't know, guys. This is just saying it's the fastest pace in more than 2 years, to 5.7%. Bottom line, people, the market's doing better. And if that's the case, then I should have more leads. Case in point, better market, I should have more leads. So what's going down over there? We need to get more leads to the Real Talk program, which allows me to kick it with you more. So we've been on here for an hour and 15. I'm going to wrap this up in a minute. Remember, I will be back later for a real show, a real talk show. Let me see if any questions came in over here. I want to make sure I get to everything, okay? Get to any questions. Monocropping. Talk amongst yourselves. That's right. I'm wondering if there's any real estate questions here. See, everybody gets into their own talks, which is kind of cool. The flow is very nice. Let's see what we have here. Daniel said something about Manuka honey. Yep. killing evil. I'm not sure who that's referring to. But yeah, I think that the reason why this platform stays non-denominational is because all religions are wrong. Let's be honest. Nobody got it right. If they did, then they would have said things like, all are welcome. And if you don't come, that's fine. We still love you. They wouldn't say things like, we're the only way, and we're the chosen ones, and blah, 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 blah. Ugh, really? Oh, really? Somebody was chosen? Don't know about that. I think more realistic is that we're all chosen to be here. That's the truth right there. I hold on a second, guys. I'm going to put something on here. Give me 2 seconds to take this phone call, and I will be right back. Let's put something silly on. This is from the other day. Here we go. Oh, come on, open up.
It's Hammerlin Jameson live from the studio. Is it coming to an end? The movie scripts are starting to come in. Let's find out more from Donald J. Trump. Thank you so much for joining me on the balcony at the White House. I'm so thrilled to get a call today from Marvel. That's right. They want me to be the next Iron Man. I guess they've gotten kind of sick of Robert Downey Jr., who could blame him. Look, I'm happy to take on the role. I've always wanted to be in a Marvel film. And now I'm going to be Iron Man. I can't wait. First Superman, now Iron Man. Who's next, Thor? I could play Thor because I have the looks, really. More like Bruce Wayne. They should probably get the rights to Batman. But we did start discussing perhaps like a new superhero. Like, how about Megatron? I love it. But anyway, look, I just wanted to thank you all for coming out to see me after I demolished the coronavirus. That's right. You shouldn't be scared. Your president is a god. I just took it on face to face, head on, and I won big league. Winning big league always. Anyway, I've got to go. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I'm back for a bubble. Let's see what we have here. What it became is the man. The idea of the becoming illuminated is always something that should be aspirational. Religion is of man. Yeah, positive frequencies cancel negative ones, and that's the gig. Yeah, you know what's interesting, guys? Yes, misinformation actually nailed the entire belief system of real talk right here. Religion is man-made. Relationship with God trumps all. And pun on the word Trump. Big league. But yeah, religion is your own religion is a connection to God that comes from within. When I hear people say, oh, I have to go to here in order to pray, I'm like, what? Your prayer is every moment of your life you can pray. Wherever you are, you can pray. Because your prayer, your connection to God is within. It's not out. It's not an outer prayer. It's like, you connect within to that light the Lord gave you. And look, like I said, everybody believes different things, but what I would say is, for you to say, for any religion to say, it's my way or the highway, that's a wrong religion. I'm connected to something that tells me that it's about openness and it's about being open to people having their beliefs. But as long as they love and they give and they're kind and they lift each other up, they're all living the same religion. It's all the other man-made crap that divides us into different sects, into different root groups, into different religions. But the core, there's like commandments, whatever you want to call it. The core is what matters. Everything else is just control-based. But I do laugh. I had a guy come on here like a month ago who left some message and he was like, if you don't acknowledge us, the chosen ones, you're all going to hell. I'm like, what? This is 2020. This is 2020. Nobody was given any land, okay? Nobody's given things. Nobody was, God said that this was our land. Oh, really? Well, God told me that this is my land. What are you going to do with that? Huh? What? God said that this is our land? Oh, this is my land. It's got what? Come on, drop the crap. Come here and join me in the light. How about that? The same gentleman's also explaining to me that everyone's going to be smited. Everyone's going to hell. I'm like, and he goes, you're all living with the devil. He said something like, Lucifer will appear again, or the Antichrist will appear again and appear as light, will appear as positivity. I'm like, wait a second. So what does the Messiah show up as? Negativity? I'm blown away by this. So wait a second. So the Antichrist shows up and he appears to be the positivity and appears to be light and love. So wait, what does the Messiah show up as? The Antichrist. Oh, okay, wait. I'm confused. Oh, I'm so glad Dana upgraded her membership to a gold member. Look, she's gold member. I'm going to have gold member come and join us this afternoon. Mark Trist in the house. How are you, buddy? So good to see you. And Pascaline, my friend. Let's see, I always love seeing what Daniel has to say about this. In no way would Jesus ever have condoned burning knowledge. In Salem witch trials, harming another person, that's not what he taught. The church fails to convey the point. I love that. Jesus didn't perform his miracles to prove his messiahship. He did these miracles to show that what he could do. He healed people to prove that he could, that you could heal. I think that's a good point. I always say this. I think Jesus' main message here was that we each and every one of us have that power within us to act like him, to provide a healing power to others. And it may not be as extreme. He was, you know what I mean? But we have the ability to heal with our presence, with our positivity, and with our love. And if we got that from the messages that he left, then we'd be in a different position than, well, if you don't come here, then you're blasphemous. And if you say that, that's blasphemy. And let's have it. What? Huh? My dad used to say the best thing. He's like, I can't understand. So a little boy's born in India. He grows up his whole life learning about different gods and, gods with 9 arms and, like what, huh? And so he lives his whole life positively. Like, what's this guy, Siddhartha? You know this guy, Siddhartha? I can't think of his name right now. Siddhartha or something like that. Not Siddhartha. That's actually a writer. This is someone now. He's a really, really, really awesome guy from India. And he's brilliant. And I love everything he says because he comes from the light. He comes from straight positivity. And you would, you see this guy, he knows who Jesus is, obviously, but he's born with a belief. He goes through his whole life giving love, giving light, providing knowledge, advice, wisdom. You're going to tell me that guy can't go to heaven because he didn't believe in Jesus Christ? Start thinking about the way things are positioned and start understanding that we are all so unique. But if we could find the light within ourselves, we connect to the same essence. Geez, did this go from real estate to real talk very quickly? I guess that's bound to happen from time to time. But I do want people to have their beliefs. I want you to believe what you believe. If you believe in Judaism, believe in Judaism. If you believe in Catholicism, believe. If you are a Russian Orthodox, whatever you are into, if it makes you feel the way I feel when I connect, then I want you to be there. Because this show's not about religion. It's about us connecting. Anyway, look, guys, I am looking forward to tonight's show. We're going to get down. We're going to get out to it like we do every single day. So make sure you ding the bell, subscribe, and I'll try to drop a clip before the show like I usually do. Don't know what time I'm going to be on today. Hopefully somewhat early again, like 7:30ish, but we'll see. It means about a 4-hour countdown. Looking forward to it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for a little Real Talk Real Estate 101. Tomorrow I'll be back for some more. Send your leads. Let me know if you have anybody who needs to buy or sell, and I will take care of them. It's free. Free. The agent I find will pay a referral fee. It's what we do. Eggman says, I believe in 0 gods. You're funny, buddy. Let's join me again later, guys, and we'll get into this a little bit more. Play some music, face swaps. We're going to be laughing all night. It's Mark Pires. And it's Real Talk Real Estate 101. That's a new one. Can't wait for later, guys. I'll see you. It is Real Talk. We had a little mix today. Real estate, real talk, nothing like it. I'll see you in a little while. A couple hours.